What's up, everybody? This is attorney Dan Nguyen here, and I want to talk a little bit about bringing on silent investors. And I've had a couple of conversations with a couple of potential clients and clients recently, and they want to bring on a third party that is a silent investor. And silent investor can mean a lot of different things, but basically, in most cases, it involves someone kind of bringing up the money and not being involved in the day-to-day decisions. And so if you're not guided correctly, you can really mess up the structure and not distributing the profits and losses correctly to these particular persons. But one way to do it is have them provide with them with non-voting shares. Now that would require you to amend your, say, example, your corporation, if you haven't done so, to provide for two classes of shares. So let's just use the example of a corporation real quick. There's two business partners. One just wants to basically put up the money and be a silent investor and get the profits or losses as they may be at the end of the year. And so one way to structure this is for the silent investor to be a non-voting shareholder. Now, this would require two classes. One would be basically common stock, one partner who's running the business. He basically gets to say how the business is run because he would most likely be the sole director and sole common stock shareholder. Now, the silent investor can be a non-voting, so he may get the same rights outside of the voting rights. But again, he's got to put up the money. He may get preferred status as far as payments go. So he could be what's called a preferred shareholder, and maybe he gets a little bit more than regular common shareholders in the company. So if you are bringing in silent investors, someone who's really just kind of putting up the money and getting a cut of the profits and losses, then think about splitting the ownership into different classes of shares so that the silent investor, he doesn't get any voting rights, or he or she doesn't get any voting rights, but they would still get participation in the profits or losses, sometimes at a preference than common shares. Okay, so hey, this is Dan. I'm talking about silent investors, corporations, LLCs. And if you're looking to bring on a silent investor who's really just putting up the money, think about splitting the classes of shares so that maybe the silent investor gets no voting rights, but maybe gets preferred payment. Okay, this is Dan. I'll talk to you soon.